Part 2, the realization of the eternal authority of truth, love and freedom. Produced by Black Bottom James at BKK Productions. Theme: Jesus is real. Interaction. We were not created to be alone living in this environment without human contact and interaction, as this forms the basis structure meeting critical criterions, fostering relationships, providing enthusiasm, transmitting words of encouragement for the survival and reassurance for the self-esteem and needed support of man. This interaction initiates the link, the nexus, propelling mankind's progression toward realizing growth and potential in meeting his objectives. The link facilitates each of our roles as participants, maximizing individual potentials, while nurturing advancements in resolving the human equation. With each individual meeting their specific goals and objectives, through conversing and sharing with others, while improving and developing diversity, for expansion of mankind in all disciplines of society, toward making all our lives a little easier, facilitating ideas of solidarity and commonality, strengthening the entirety of mankind and elevating differences and sustaining a common goal of unity. One person is not a master of every domain, but a contributor in moving toward a global objective, making improvements for advancing each of us in the environments in which we dwell, solidifying a cohesion of camaraderie and developing a bond of trust. However, interaction has cause and effects, being both positive and negative, yet overcoming manipulation and falsification. Freedom. Freedom is the resulting conclusive convergence of two pre-existing demiurgic forces or phenomena, love and truth, which initiated the origins of life, allowing individual singular expression, characterizing the wants and needs of independent countenance and articulation, illustrating their autonomy and sovereignty in all areas without inhibition. Freedom is a reflective component, the apogee of love and truth, having attributes of both, although asserting a singular expression, yet distinctive, but individualistic, an untamed force yearning to be unbridled in exploring and revealing the boundless vitality of unconstrained autonomy, as the unbridled child of love and truth, pursuing emancipation as its undeniable truths and assuming justification and entitlements for assessment of its individual journey of discovery to a destination of its own choosing. Conversely, the journey divulging the realization, freedom, too, has parameters, disclosing an acknowledgement necessitating the need of another in pursuit of the truth and verification and confirmation of its singularity of expression. Freedom is only an expression for the many who exploit its autonomy by denying its independence and liberty, forbidding the complete awareness necessary in partaking the greatness other members have in benefiting from a God-given right provided by a sovereign and just being. This being did not provide freedom to only a segment of man, but for all parts of mankind, established by his covenant reigning over the entire dwelling provided for man. Freedom is singular trait given provide to man, announcing his emancipation in all efforts of his being. It was the intent of the Creator in expediting man creative energy in exploring all unknowns, satisfying his desires and ambitions, not placing impediments, hindrances, or obstacles in the path of other men, causing impairments and interruptions, blocking their assessments to all the creations of the Most High. Freedom is the resulting release of all that is good, sovereign, and authentic into an undiscovered, innocent, and unproven vessel, groomed for victory, but unproven descendant of truth and love, which without freedom, there would be no other values. All events were comprised through freedom, as a manifestation of existence having solely the intricate constituent initiating an essentiality of boundless life, exclusive of limitations, never controlled, only an emancipating empowerment unrestrained by love and truth. The unlimited restraints of man are far exceeded by the parameters of man's freedom, with that freedom extending to the perimeter expanses of this universe. This life is not stamped in stone, controlled by limitations. Freedom has been given exclusive domain, as a prerequisite to life without limitations or restraints, confining itself only by the application of freedom, resulting in the affirmation or confirmation limiting access or entrance to another. The application of freedom is complete and absolute, but the recipient of freedom became spoiled and blemished, losing his freedom and gaining nothing, yet retaining the prospect and redeeming all which were lost, through another, allowing ascension to the higher level of authority. Beauty. Man was conceived in and encased in beauty, a trait and crowning triumph of truth and love, being the resulting efforts of precise preparation and execution of an occurrence or event exhibiting superior attributes and characteristics. This reference to beauty is not the aesthetic or visual characteristics of beauty appealing to people of this earth, which is very limited, partial and restricted to varying degrees, subject to various parts of the human anatomy, subject to discretion, preference and judgment. Beauty has so many attributes and traits, in measuring each element assigning a numerical coefficient equating to artistically refinement. Yet, in defining the earth, its beauty is beyond reproach by its design application, flora and fauna, mountains, forest, beaches and seas. The simplicity and innocence of man was his beauty, combined with the magnificence, grandeur and splendor of the earth and universe, as his extended and proposed playground. The earth was created exclusively for man. There is no other dwelling so adorned and ornamented in glorious spectacles of magnificent, dedicated specifically, in matching the exquisiteness of mankind. The Creator encased man in beauty, abounding the glory of the earth, which was fashioned and crafted for man, and arousing and awakening his senses for the beauty of the earth, prompting a yearning to shield, defend and safeguard his territories from destruction and impairment. The basis, the foundation of creation was authenticated on the actuality and reality of two supremely powerful demiurgic manifestations and expressions engaging truth and love. Truth was and is an apotheosis, an ineffable paragon of preconceived eternal precepts, lacking flaws, deficiencies, weaknesses, or faults. It is a precise, meticulous, and fastidious coordination of endeavors, releasing all known profundity, exhibiting an axiomatic and invariable presence. It is perfection, never needing modifications, revisions or alterations, as unknowns are non-existent, encapsulating all that has been, should be, and will be. All knowledge, awareness, understanding, comprehension, wisdom and intellect is embodied in truth and love, to include all things that are good, useful, superior, virtuous and beneficial, embracing all prerequisites of needs of mankind. All the known laws of science are the conceptions of truth and love. However, the bastion of science does not acknowledge and recognize their existence in this scenario. Their comprehension and competency have waned in cultivating a path of recognition to this truth, as this truth does not correspond to their applications of the structure of this universe, diminishing their total and complete understanding of the universe and its function. However, the laws of science work continuously, exclusive of errors, imperfections, as they are in tune with man and his architect.